traders badge group 1 did not have access to. And that is the idea of these desk calls and meme coins. Now, I want to help us understand something about this bull run and what you should be expecting, because a lot of persons, I see what some persons are doing, and I feel like, oh, like most of us are not doing what we are supposed to do. Now, look at this. Before I progress, I would like to bring our attention to some of the things that we should be expecting. Now, when we're talking about bull run, mostly 90% of the time when you join our trainings, you will hear bull season, you will hear bull market, you will hear bull run, and a lot of persons sometimes when BTC was actually retracing, people were asking questions. Are we going to ever have bull run or whatever we should be expecting and others? Some people were asking whether if they should sell some of the coins they bought and others. A lot saw some profit and they just took profit and they reserved following our guideline and everything. But if you have not believed everything we say or anything we say, this our boss has called BNB, explained to us how, some of this coin, he was giving this coin for free when BNB was starting, and a lot more. Most of the time when BNB, was so cheap, he actually recommended and called it for people to buy. A lot of persons that bought it. I know somebody that bought BNB around 5,000 pieces when it was around $200, right? When it was around $200. Somebody else bought when it was $400. And I can tell you, I was speaking with the man yesterday. When he called me, he was like, Omo, that's what this is the time, like, I'm experiencing what they are calling bull run. I said, I said, yes. Why? Because imagine you bought BNB at 200. Now, look at this. They wrote here at the all-time low, 2023, right? The all-time low, 2023 at $201, right? BNB. Now, if you bought around last year or around last year and also beginning of this year, you would also bet me that you must have bought at the price when it was around 400 or 300 and something or 200 and something. But right now, you could see the same BNB that some of us might have bought around $400 and everything is trading today, the all-time high, which happened this year around day before yesterday or thereabout, or yesterday, is $1,360. Now, for example, now let's put some things together, because when we are talking about bull run, you see, some of these coins have actually started their bull movement. And for you to understand exactly what we are saying, you should put some things into consideration. For so many of us, when you're looking at BNB, maybe if you had the opportunity, so many of us could afford to buy at least one BNB, or maybe to, that time when the price was around $400 or whatever. But right now, we have a lot of projects. Now, I'm going somewhere because there is something that happened in this particular space that most of us are not, don't understand how it works. What we are here for is to make money. There's something that happened in our desk calls group yesterday, and a lot happened today. And I was like, what is Omo, whether if people are just sleeping, allowing money to just flow past them, or they are grabbing the opportunity to make progress. Are we together? So now look at this. So right now, you can see, let's say you bought, like somebody, the man I said that bought BNB around 5,000 pieces, right? 5,000 pieces, invested a lot of money in it around when it was $200, right? BNB. He bought it when it was $200. He shared with me his portfolio yesterday. I couldn't believe myself. Although at some point when BNB crossed 1,000, he sold some, and I told him, this BNB you see, for me, my prediction before the bull run goes over is around $3,000 to $5,000. $3,000 to $5,000. That is my own personal prediction from what I'm seeing. Are you with me? And of course, you can see somebody that bought at 200 selling at 1,360, how much do you think the person has already covered up? Even if you bought like 5 pieces, you must be swimming with at least over 5,000 profit right now. Over $5,000 profit right now. So what we are saying here is that there is a great opportunity coming to us, but I want to bring our attention to meme coins. You see, BNB seems to be a strong coin that has, proven itself, and even it came from nowhere, making some improvement. I want to remind you about Pepe. Now, Pepe did over 9 million% from the inception of Pepe and today. Pepe is a meme coin created, and all of a sudden, it came to be backed up and others. Now, it's just like what we were taught the last time when we were taught in our desk course. Now, look at this. What are the desk course? Desk course are meme coins created that have low market cap, that when there is a community that believes in it, or these coins are backed up with some good projects, over time, the market cap increases, blessing people that come into the business early. Now, look at this. When we talk about 1 million%, when we talk about 9 million% and others, remember, some of the training we had last time about the desk course, right? Mr. Hassan was teaching us about projects and market caps, right? He looked at a coin, he found out that this coin is around 200 and something thousand dollars market cap, right? And he projected something. Now imagine that particular coin does like $2 million or $5 million in market cap, and you bought when this particular coin was around let's say 200,000 market cap. What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen? You will make bloody profit. You will make bloody profit on it. So when you see this particular desk course, I want to help you understand something. If you're in this community, our coach has shown us countless of time how visionary he is in helping us to achieve a lot with this particular business. Anything whatsoever he does that gives him money in crypto space, he finds a way to pass that ball to us to also make money as well. And to my greatest surprise, in our desk course yesterday, a coin did 4,000%. 4,000. Imagine a coin you bought under how many minutes? Doing 4,000%. And today, a lot were called as well. So, the desk calls are back and fully back. That, in fact, this $100,000 we are talking about, you never know where it will happen from. But ability to position yourself is also very important. But I speak to everybody here. If you are in the desk group already and you are not taking advantage of what is happening, just take a look at this. Let's put some things into consideration, because I'm going to show you different ways you can make money in this business tonight. But I want to bring our attention back to a place whereby in this particular community, we always say it is not a get rich quick scheme. But the reason we say it is because if you understand exactly how the market works, you can make money in more than quicker way. Look at this. Let's consider this. Today, Pepe's market cap is at how much? 4.03 billion. Now, if you could make research, you would make research at how many market cap was Pepe launched when it was launched. And it will shock you that this particular coin was less than $10 million market cap. Let me just give it that high. which I know it is even below $1 million or maybe around $1 million. But what are we talking about? 4.03 billion. That is why we are talking about Pepe itself on its own have done 9 million%, 9 million% or more. Now imagine, so if you have used $100 to buy Pepe at when it was launched, I can tell you categorically that your $100 would have amounted to almost $9 million if K is not taken. I'm telling you. But that is exactly what this particular market is all about. So when we talk about the discourse, I came to see the power of discourse. Somebody chatted me up about last week, and he was like, "Oh, please, boss, how can I take profit on my discourse?" One of the calls that was given, he bought the coin randomly, and all of a sudden he went to his trust wallet, and lo and behold, over $5,000. He's seen over $5,000. How much was his portfolio? His whole portfolio was no more than $200. A coin that pumped. The balance sheet was reading about $5,000, which I encouraged him. I showed him what to do. He took profit and he left some money on that particular coin again. Why? Because in this place, we don't sell everything. So now I'm going to walk you through on how you can assess the discourse. And I'm going to be showing us some secret again about exactly what we are doing in this particular community. You see, what we trade is the crypto financial market. And in this crypto market, there is different opportunities that have the capacity to change anybody's life, no matter how sudden you would think it will be. But at the end of the day, all that we make sure is to make sure that you have the best of the information that you need to take advantage of this market. Now, if I go back, you will certainly understand that one thing that people have wanted to know is how do they trade this particular market called crypto market and make money for themselves to live out their dreams. Crypto market is actually one of the way people can generate funds to help themselves in life. And today, a lot of us from nowhere struggled through life, luckily stumbled across someone who knew his way in this particular space and was willing to teach, was willing to help. And not just only willing to help, but he decided to show us the way. In the name of our coach, Boss Gideon, today, some of us can boldly smile, not just only smiling, but we can control money in one way or the other. And the same opportunity is what is given to you, is what is brought before you. So what do you need to do? All you needed is very simple something. Pay attention to understand how things work. I know a lot of people that have been struggling in crypto market or struggling in trading for years. When people see my results and see my achievements and what I have done under 1 year in crypto space, it became unexplainable to them. A lot start to wonder what has happened to me so far. That he has been in crypto market, in crypto space for 3 years, 4 years, and he's just making a dime or just struggling to make money. And when we show that person what different we are doing, he start to see where his mistakes has been all along. You see, what gives you opportunity to make money in crypto market is not actually the complexity of what you learn. It is about the simplicity of the things you learn that you use in the most simplest way. And I can assure you, today's training is going to be in another dimension. What am I going to show you here is simply a robot that allows us to make profit in this particular market every day. It helps us to stay in this market and make massive progress. Now, what is this robot? We use a robot called U-Trading to trade the crypto financial market. And you see, I'm going to help you understand what this particular business have actually exposed us to. When I started with meme coins. I started with BNB, trying to show you exactly what we talk about when we start to have what we call bull markets. BNB has actually showcased one of the strengths. This is the highest, the all-time high so far. And from the signal I was getting today, it is going to touch $1,500 soon, very soon. All right, which we are almost there. But that is not the target, because according to the information, the major odd season has not happened yet. But imagine when BNB is breaking all-time high. Look at so many of these meme coins, so many of these desk coins are created on BNB blockchain. So the idea here is this: through U-Trading, it has exposed us to different things that we never believed we could ever know about in the recent time. A lot has to pay so much money for mentorship that they never get. A lot has to look out for who to teach them or who to give them the right information and others. A lot paid money for them to get access to coins, to that will do well in bull run, and they never get any. But in our community, that is not what we are doing. What we do is that we are the forefront of the practice. And when we practice something, we found a way to show you a way you can do the same thing to swim in the same result. Why? Because when testimonies flows in, when people send us text messages, when people send us results of what they have done within a few moments, that is our delight, because others are benefiting from the information that we are passing through. And that is the main price you can pay for us: appreciation. Sharing that testimonies to encourage others. And of course, I stand here before you today, not by appointment. No, I stand here before you today because I was called at the point of result proven. What does that mean? It means that anybody can step in and tomorrow teach or come in the limelight like I do. Why? Once you have started to prove that you have understood what we are teaching you and you are making massive progress, of course, you come to the limelight. There is a lot making progress. There is a lot creating results. And I can assure you that anybody can make progress in this particular space. So what are we talking about? When I talk about how Coach Gideon has helped me, of course, you can see evidently what has become of me as a result of his input and so many others. And today, we are replicating the same thing to everybody. So if you have an idea, if you ever heard me talk about this desk coin, it is actually one of the best and easiest way today to raise money. Do you know why? If you can afford $50, if you can afford $100 or $20 or $30, you can trade the desk market. You can trade desk coins. That is how easy it is. And I can assure you that your $20 can be $20,000 with some of these coins. And do you know, just like what Hassan taught last time on how to discover some of these coins, the authentic one and every other thing, we have a platform dedicated for this discourse that you are no longer going to be the one to scan the market to find the good ones. Now, good ones are now found and kept somewhere. All you need to do is copy the address, go and trade it and make your money, come back and share your testimonies. That is exactly what this particular space is all about right now. So how do you have access to this? First of all, you realize that we trade the market and we trade this market using a robot. Now, the question is, how do you get this robot? How do you gain access to the robot? How does the robot works? The robot simplifies trading for us. And that is why someone like me who have no idea on how to trade before could, compress my years of learning, if I may suppose, into less than 1 year, producing more result than people in the space for over 5 years. That's it. Now, what do we do here? What you need to do is, once, if you get access to any of our group, you will see a link on how to register and download YouTrading. All you need to do is to click on the link. It will take you to a place where you download this application, and it will bring you into, all you need to do is to fill out some information and you are good to go. You download the application in your phone and it will appear like this. This is the home page. This is the home page. Now look at this. Once you have downloaded this application, you needed an exchange that you can use to trade the crypto market. Now look at this. One thing is this. If you ever wonder, why do we use this particular robot? Let me show you something. If I click on this profit side, if I click on profit side, you will see this account has done $44,446. $44,446. Are we together? Now you can see how consistent this particular robot has been delivering on profit. You can see it. You can see it. All right. You can see it. So you can see how the robot generates profit every blessed day. So the question is, how do we do this within a short period of time? This account is no more than 2 months. This account is not more than 2 months. It's barely within 2 months or thereabout. Yes. You can see the date. You can see the date here. You can see the date. I don't think this has reached like up to 60 days. I don't think so. Right? But how do we manage to pull? Not just only with this account, but with so many accounts we have seen over time. It is because we use a strategy that makes things more easier for us. And today, I'm going to teach you one single strategy that is going to help you. Even if you don't know anything, this one is no longer these ones that you have to go and learn some strategies and over time before you start implementing. I'm going to shock you so you understand where we are. All right. So now, once you have downloaded the application, what do you need to do? You need to download an exchange in this manner. If you look at this place, you can see Bybit. Now, Bybit is an exchange which can allow you to trade the crypto financial market, where you can buy or sell crypto coins, right? Bybit exchange. You can also use what we call Binance. Binance is the 4th largest exchange in the whole world right now. And these guys are something else. And of course, they are the owner of BNB coin, all right? BNB coin, which is doing amazingly well right now. Okay. So then you can also use what we call the BitGet. BitGet is also an exchange and is quite profound. It's doing amazingly well. It's doing amazingly well. And of course, you can use OKX. You can use Bitmat. You can use KuCoin. You can use MEX, Gate.io, HTS Global, Kraken Spot, Kraken Futures, Binance US, Bitfinex, BingX. You can use any of these exchanges. All right. Now, why do we have so many options? This business is not limited to people in Africa. Neither is it limited to people in only Asia, or is it limited to people in only Europe? No. This business is a global business. Why? Because crypto market is a global force. So meaning that there are countries where you may be that may not accept Bybit as an exchange, but they accept Binance as an exchange, or BitGet or OKX. So different countries, wherever you find yourself, you will definitely have access to exchange that have the capacity to trade the crypto market. And as far as you connect this robot to that exchange, you can trade this market with ease. So once you have downloaded an exchange, what do? If I click on Bybit, I'll just show you how you can connect your Bybit, your exchange, to your robot. All right. So any of the exchange you are using is going to be having these features. So if I come to this place, I click on it, it shows me quick or normal, right? And it shows me authorization. If I click on authorization, it is going to load and connect this robot to my exchange, connecting it using trading permission only, meaning that I can trade the crypto market using this robot in this exchange, only trading. Now I can also, if the quick doesn't work, I will click on normal, and I can actually connect it through the normal way. If I click on this wallet sign up here, it will connect, it will show me tutorial on how to connect my API. If I just the wallet sign up beside the delete icon, if I click on it, it's supposed to load and bring the tutorial for me. Then once you go through the tutorial, you will see step by step on how to connect your API, and you definitely connect very easily. All right. Now, once you are done connecting your API, you will see API running normally. Now, what do? I want to show you one of the most simplest strategy to trade. And how do you trade? Now, if you click on this market, if I click on the market, down, you can see at home, you can see markets, you can see trade, you can see both, you can see assets, that is on the down, all right? Then you will see where you see the list of the coins. If I click on new, you will see coins that are listed new in different exchanges, the date which they were listed, and so on and so forth. Then if I click on all, you will see all the coins that are trading within this exchange that I'm using, which you can also use to trade and make money for yourself, right? So every exchanges here, every coin here, you can use them to trade, all right? You can use them to trade. Then you can see top coin that performed well today, right? Coin that performed well today, you can see some of them and others. Then you can see other information as well. Then if I click on this button up here, you will see data of what has happened in crypto market today, and you see the liquidity that came into the market today. So when we talk about a coin doing so million percent, or people making so amount of money, or people making, you will understand that the market is not a small market. The market is a market that have the capacity to bless anybody. Are you with me? All you needed to do is to position yourself in the right way. For example, if you look at the total crypto volume today, total volume daily under 24 hours, you will see this is $232.64 billion. $232.64 billion. What does that tell you? It tells you that this market is actually a serious market. Are you with me? It's actually a serious market. And that is absolutely powerful. So, however, how much you want to make, you can do it in this market. So, our job is to help you understand, okay, how do you make this money using this particular robot? How is it that you can see an account like this pulling over $44,000 in less than 2 months? In less than 2 months. Let me show you. Now, recently, due to research and based on what we have been doing with this robot, our coach have actually discovered different aspects of this business that have the capacity to change anybody's life. And everything we keep looking for is how we can make this market more easier for the users by using the best robot ever. And I'm telling you, the code has been cracked. Now look at this. If you look at this place, you will see different use cases of ways you can trade with this robot and make money. And number one is the idea of automated trading. What is automated trading? Automated trading is a trade pattern that allows you to set up the robot in an autopilot mode, and the robot goes into the market either through the spot market plan or the futures market plan. Now, in trading in general, there are two most profound ways to trade the market, either the spot way or the futures way. So you can trade the spot market using this particular information. What information? The automated plan. And this automated plan launches this trade automatically, closes the trade on profit once it gets to profit, and drops the profit in your exchange. So this being an idea that you can take advantage of the market. Now, there is also what we call the core brain automated plan, right? A core brain is a systematic plan that is so profound and very interesting. Our coach has actually made a video on the strategy on how to maximize the core brain. Now, in core brain, it has a few things to say. So now you can use this particular idea to make a lot of money. Then you can also use what we call the synchro idea. Now, our boss is also coming up with a video, a comprehensive video on how you can copy our trade and follow the trade and make progress for yourself. For example, you want to trade, but you don't know how to trade. You can copy the trade, what we do. So when we launch a trade and we make money, you can also copy the same trade and you make money as well. Are you following now? So we are trying everything possible to see how we can simplify this market to allow as many as possible make the hell out of money. All right. So now you can also use what we call the signal. A signal is an idea of this robot that these particular robot builders, they actually help us to take advantage of the market by providing signals for our users. Now, meaning that you can launch a trade and that trade will give you profit even though you don't know how to analyze the market. So you can do the signal on spot. You can use long, which every signal you see here is on long trade. And you can trade any of this coin and you will make money. So you can see 30 minutes ago, you can see 30 minutes ago, you can see 30 minutes ago. So some of these coins were recommended 30 minutes ago. And of course, we have a comprehensive way of trading signals and you'll be able to make a lot of money. All right. So now you can also trade these short signals as well. Now, one of the beautiful things in this market is that you can trade the market when the market is going up or when the market is going down, meaning that whether the conditions in the market, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money. All right. And that is a beautiful thing about it. So then another thing is what? The manual trading. No, in the manual trading, this place is a place where we have multiple robots in one. So when you look at this place, you can see we have AI DCA Pro on spot, and also you can use AI DCA Pro on futures. These are robots you can use to trade. And we have martingale spot and we have martingale futures. And there is also AI DCA spot, and you can use AI DCA futures. You can use AI grid on spot. You can use AI dual grid on futures. You can use DCA spot. You can use DCA futures. Now, one thing we have found out with a lot of experience in this particular space is this. Using all this particular robot, let's say AI DCA Pro, AI DCA Pro on spot or whatever, or DCA spot or DCA futures, you just require to master the strategy, meaning that you have to understand how we make some, how we make some calculations, and just a few things, not too difficult, but some might find it, not that easy anyway. But we have dig down to understand that, okay, these are different robots. How easy can some of them be? And we found out that martingale spot and martingale futures are one of the most powerful robots you can ever use in this particular space, and is quite easy to trade. It's quite easy. So now we encourage, if you have a capital less than $100, you trade on the spot market. If you have a capital from $100 and above, you can trade the futures market, right? You can trade the futures market, and you can see you can see what this particular robot is doing, right? You can see the percentage, right? You can see the percentage of what this particular robot is doing, right? Now, if I click on the martingale, right, the martingale features, All I needed to do is to select a coin that I want to trade. Let's say I want to trade around let's say I want to trade let's say I want to trade you have maximum of 25 coins to trade on this coin. But you will also understand how to implement this strategy when you go through our strategy on how to use the martingale. Now, if you look at this, if I select, let's say, I want to show us example, select BNB, SRP, all right, BNB, ADA, and let's say TON and TRX, right? I selected 5 coins out of 25, all right? So let me use this as an example, and I click confirm. So when I click confirm, it brings me to this interface where it allows me to decide the direction I want this robot to trade this coin. It's very, very easy, very, very easy to implement. Very, very easy to implement, right? Very, very easy. Now, let me show us. So when you look at this place, if I click on long, long means, okay, these 4 coins, I want to trade them on martingale, AI martingale, right? Or I want to trade them on martingale, but I want to trade them on AI martingale, right? Now, at this point, it allows me to impute my perimeter, how many, let's say how many minutes you want it to trade. On what minute do you want the robot to read the candle to project this trade? So you see that you may not know how to calculate different time frames in the market, but the robot gives you an insight on how to understand different time frames. The robot should calculate the market to project your trade at that particular movement. That is the beautiful of it. Now, you can also decide to allow the robot to buy at that particular price when you are launching it, or you will allow the robot to wait for signals to activate the trade, and also you buy at different price movement in the market. And this is super amazing. Like, these guys finished work here. Like, when I saw this thing, they compressed an exchange into this martingale. And this is one of the best you can ever have. Before, I always talk about DCA spots and DCA features. If you notice, you find out that whatever we are using or whatever I'm using that actually works for me, I do recommend it as well. Now, mostly when I do my trainings, you see me talking about DCA spot, DCA features, and every other thing. But recently, I came to find out that while I have seen it, I have not seen it all. And I'm telling you, I was so amazed with the simplicity of this robot. So now you can decide whether if the robot should activate the trade immediately, just a few seconds, right? Then you can decide the the indicator, right? The trading period, medium term, expected to take profits within 7 days. You will just have to know, or within 30 days, or within 3 days, or within 1 day, so so that you can be able to project your robot in that manner, right? And of course, you just set up a different some certain parameters, and you set your take profit. Are you with me? You set your take profit, you change your take profit, and once you are done with your take profit, you click on what? You click on save, and you click on what? You click on launch, and these 5 coins will enter the market and trade for you, right? And these 5 coins will enter the market and trade for you. So now, at this point, you can decide to change direction, meaning that, okay, you want the robot to go short for you, or you can decide to do what? You can decide to hedge the market. So at any which way, you can hedge the market, and you can also use indicator direction. Now, indicator direction is that, robot, I don't know where the market is going, but I want you to pick a direction of the market. So you click on indicator direction, and the robot chooses the direction to go according to these particular coins. And once it gets a signal on that particular movement, it will activate and trade for you. And once it reaches your take profit, it will close the profit for you. Now, if you have not mastered it, go right now, go through the strategy on this martingale that our boss recommended for us recently, and you will understand how to go about this trade, and you will testify like others are doing right now. And I'm telling you, the way this particular robot handles this trade on this place, I say these guys are wizard. Why? Because they try as much as possible to give us the best experience we can ever have in trading space. And once you are done, you click on launch and your trade will come to this place. Now, if you look at this place, these are some of the place you can see short martingale, right? You can see martingale. Now you can see martingale. If you like, you can introduce stop loss as well. All right, like this one, this son was trading on Cobrain, which it had a stop loss, and once the coin went the other way, it has to stop the trade. All right, at 1.2%. That was why you are seeing this red. But one thing I want to show you is this: during the experiment, we have already understood that this particular robot can do an amazing thing. So you can see martingale, you can see martingale, you can see martingale. Now the goal is to help you understand that these have the capacity to bring profit on a consistent basis. And can I shock you? It has a preserved setting that can protect you in the market as well. So this is trading made easy to the highest. And I can assure you, you would definitely like the idea of martingale trading. All right. Now, at this point, how do you gain access to our strategy, to this martingale strategy? Now, let's assume you want to learn other strategy like DCA Sport, AI DCA Pro, and so many others. Fine and good. But with martingale Sport and martingale futures, you can definitely do an amazing things. You can make massive progress. All right. You can make massive progress with this robot. All right. So now look at this. All you need to do is to gain access to our mentorship group, either the inner group or the 10K group or the end traders group, and you will assess the strategy on martingale Sport or martingale futures. Now, this strategy is intended to simplify the trade like never before, meaning that you can trade in this market without any distraction, following the ideas. And I can assure you, if you use this with a couple with what we are coming up with on the synchro trading, you are going to be ever on profit. All right. So how do you get access to this particular group? It's very simple. Now, none of this robot you can ever use in this robot except you have what we call UGAS. Now, UGAS is a fuel that allows any robot to trade within cloud, in a cloud zone. Now, every robot you can think of, be it in Binance, be it in BitGet, Bybit, every robot uses what we call gas. It is not peculiar with this robot. It is peculiar with all the robots. So once you have been able to get the gas of this robot, you will have access to our platforms where you can take advantage of our trading settings, where you can take advantage of our desk calls, and where you can take advantage of every other thing that comes as a result of trading in crypto space that we offer you an idea of. Why is it that you need to get the gas? Now, without the gas, you cannot launch a trade with this robot in this market. And in all our platform, we don't charge a dime to train you. So once you're able to get your gas, you are ready to trade, you take our information free of charge and start to help yourself. Now look at this. If you look at this particular place, you can see the UGAS. You can get the UGAS of $45, but we encourage, if you want to trade, don't go for the one of $45. Why? That is called test boat gas. This robot comes with what we call trading speed. Trading speed, TVIP, right? If you get the gas of $45, you will be at trading speed 0. If you get the gas of $95, you will be at trading speed 1. If you get the gas of 540, you will be at trading speed 3, speed 2. If you get the gas of 1,700, you'll be at trading speed 3. 2,400 will give you trading speed 4. 3,750 will give you trading speed 5. And of course, 7,000 UGAS will give you trading speed 6. Now, this particular trading speed is what determines the group you belong to, because every of our different groups have a different settings that can be applied according to the speed of your robot. So if you get the gas of $95, you will be added to our inner group mentorships. Inner group mentorship. So when you are added to the inner group mentorship, you will receive settings and strategies that you can use to trade an account of $95 UGAS according to your capital, and you will still make progress. But if you really want to do the big things, why? The 10K group is simply a group that you can assess a strategy that have the capacity to pull at least $10,000 in the next 30 days. And how it has been done repeatedly with so many users. So all you need to do is to position yourself in this group, and you'll be able to assess a strategy that have the capacity to change the game for you. Then another one is the TVIP3, which is the 1,700. If you get the 1,700, you will be added to the 10K group as well. You can be added, if you get the 2,400, you will be added to the 10K group as well, and so on and so forth. But there is another magic happening called the end traders group. You see, today, I'm quite more calm in explaining some of these things to us, because some of us will join training and you will be on training, hearing somebody speaking, but at the end of the day, you have not gotten anything yet. So I just took my time to explain this thing carefully for us. So you know, when you are missing out on some certain things, you don't blame others for your problems. Now look at this. Our coach has, raised millionaires in this particular business in different ways. He launched the first batch of the end traders, which ended with so many results and explosive results. And after the end, the first batch, the second batch were born. And the second batch is currently ongoing. Now, before, we had a group that was for discourse and meme coins that people paid for, right? To be able to participate in that. And along the line, some of those information became so scarce from the channel that this particular source was being gotten. And now, this particular group is back with a lot of re-strategizing, and today is proving itself. And in the beginning, I talked about the desk calls. When we talk about meme coins, there are thousands of projects right now that have the capacity to do beyond what Pepe did, 9 million%. And all you need to do is to just position yourself in a group where you can access it. Look at this. Everything that is given anybody in this community is given to you for free. But look at this. We strategically find out that this robot has a lot of advantage. And when you achieve some certain position in this robot, you can unlock different dimensions of this business that have the capacity to change the game for you. And that is why, for you to be part of the end traders group, all you need to do is to get at least CVIP3. CVIP3 is not made by me or by Gideon. No. CVIP3 is simply a strategy in this robot that allows you to unlock a different aspect of this business, that you can make a lot of money without trading in that aspect. So, and that is called non-traders platform. And all you needed to do is, once you have gotten your CVIP3, now, how much? For you to get TVIP3, you need to spend at least $1,700. But for you to get CVIP3, it was slashed back to 1,400. Now, you will get CVIP3, you will get TVIP3, and you will get almost 200,000 UGAs to trade and make money for yourself. Meaning that with a lesser cost, you have used one stone to kill three birds. But do you know my most happiness? Once you're able to get to the non-traders group, you will be given free access to these desk calls. Let me tell you something. For some of us, like for example, Digins, for some of our coaches to come up with Digins that have the power to produce results, some of them have to pay for extra source where they get some of this information that will help the community to make money. But you are not asked to pay a dime for it. Once you qualify to this particular certain thing, you'll be given access to this place where you can generate, where you can have access to this course and make a hell of money for yourself. Are you seeing it? So it's quite explainable and very easy. So all you needed to do is to position yourself. Now, today, almost about 5 desk calls were called. And of course, the results are mind-blowing. So when we start to talk about people made social amount of money, you think it's a joke. But I can assure you, anybody can have access to it. So once you have gotten your gas, neither the $95 you gas, you will be added to the inner group. You got the gas of 540, you'll be added to the 10K group, or the 1,700, you'll be added to the 10K group, or the 2,400, you'll be added to the 10K group, or the N traders group. Any of these gas from 1,700 up will give you access to the N traders group. And you start to make things happen for yourself. I believe today's training was more calm, more explanatory, but above all, more impactful. You know why? We're in a season that look like maybe whatever we have been saying is kind of theory. But this time around, it's going to be result proven. And part of it have already started to showcase itself through the coin called BNB, establishing its all-time high of $1,360, a coin that was freely given through airdrop in some few years ago. Today, it is proving itself. So if you don't understand the power of crypto, you are dreaming yet. But I want to show you, ignorance is no excuse. But I want to show you that those who make statements in life are those who have been able to prove it with results. And I know quite for sure that every one of us here is willing to achieve results. Get the robots, trade for it, trade with it, with the simplest strategy you can ever think of, which today I call Martingale a strategy made easy. And you can be able to testify and give and show results. And I can assure you, the desk course is the shortest way to build capital. Even if you want to use $10,000, $20,000 to trade, you can build it through this course. And all you need to do is to position yourself. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. And if my coach is available, he would close this meeting for us. But if he is not, I think I'm going to be rounding this meeting. All right. So, but before I do that, I would like to answer some questions, just like few questions. All right. Just few questions. So you can ask your questions. Then I will attend to it. Maybe we use the next 10 minutes to attend our question and before we call it a day. Okay. So you can ask question. You can ask your question. You can ask your question if you have any. Somebody said can't hear me anymore. Was there a time that I was not, you guys were not hearing me? If you can hear me, let me see your call before I bring this meeting to a close. All right, somebody say I can hear you.
Maybe it's the person's network. Good evening, Mr. Chibike.
All right, good evening. Thank you. All right, somebody said, what kind of average profit can one expect when using co-brain with 1,200 in a week? All right, now on the co-brain, I don't know the exact amount of money one should expect. But one thing I know is that co-brain actually brings a powerful result. And in this market, you should know there is no specific amount to be made at a particular point. All right.
Please,
It
what is the
depends.
question again, Chibike? What is the question again?
The question is at what is the average amount somebody can make with co-brain with 1,200 within a week?
Okay, there is no exact amount that one can make with co-brain, but the amazing thing about co-brain automated is that it's consistent and it minimizes your flows. There is no, because why there is no fixed amount is because we are trading the financial market. The coins you are trading depends, the coins that you have selected to trade, it depends on the movement on the coin. But the good thing is that there is no single day that you are not going to make good profit. So some days you make up to 30%, 40%, some days 300% profit. So you don't talk about how much you should earn. You talk about how the percentage of your earning is what you should be talking about. So if you make 10%, for example, in a day, it means you are making 10% of 1,200, which is how much? So if you make 30%, you make 30% of what you've the capital. So you actually calculate your profit by percentage. Sorry, I'm not stable because I'm driving. So I'm trying to manage the steering and also talk to you. So it all depends on the coins you've selected. So a lot of factors that depends on the earning you have at the end of the day. But the beautiful thing is that co-brain works perfectly well and it's amazing. And most importantly, one of the factors that determine your profit is TVIP. If you're working with TVIP 4, for example, and you've selected B coins and C coins category, you should be doing at least 30% on average every single day. So that is it. And then some days, it doesn't mean that that is average. Some days you can do up to 500%. Some days you can do less than that. But I'm just giving you on average what you should expect, like minimum per day. So it also depends on the trading VIP you are using to trade. All right. So I believe I've answered the question. So you can go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Somebody said, does this trade still need you gas or ordinary wallet? All right. So once you have gotten yourself into the desk group where you can access some desk calls, all right, you does not need you gas like you have to in robot. All right, but you needed to have a coin in that particular wallet called BNB. All right, called BNB. So when you purchase a coin, they will take a gas fee, just a gas fee, like about $1 or maybe cents or thereabout. But that one is just minimal. All right. So, but you just need to have a coin called BNB, and you'll be able to perform your transactions in Trust Wallet. All right. So somebody said,
So sorry, to add into what you've said to him, in summary, in their score, you don't need, because the person must be referring to about you trading gas. You don't need you trading gas in their score. As Mr. Chibike have said, you only need BNB And you can even start with $10 worth of BNB, even $5 worth of BNB. So even with your $5, with your $10, with your $100, you can start trading their score. And the possibility of how much you can be able to earn from the desk score is endless, because of course it's centralized exchange and decentralized coins. You can see what is happening already in the desk trading, people making massive profit. All right, you can go ahead to the next question.
All right, thank you very much. Somebody said, please, can I pay to enter this course so I can get to raise capital to get CVIP3? Now, regarding this
Come again
question,
with the question.
somebody said, please, can I pay to enter the desk course so I can
No.
raise money to enter the CVIP3?
Understand that the reason why we don't want to collect money from you, it's not like you cannot pay to enter their score, because we have already made it free, and we want to minimize the rate of scammers. When we start collecting money, people start impersonating us and start asking you for money. So if anybody have asked you for money, just know you are talking with the wrong person. You cannot pay to do anything in our platform, and we don't charge money for anything. Please, unfortunately, you can only be asking if you are going to be giving some desk course to trade, not if you can pay. Payment is not acceptable. You can't pay to enter desktop. Go ahead.
Right. Somebody say, can I start with 500K? Yes, you can start with 500K, depending on the UGAS you want to purchase, right? All you need to do is to convert the money to your USDT and see what you can be able to get and get started to trade, all right, in your robot. So somebody said, how can one reduce floating loss in martingale spot, a martingale strategy? Now, the robot does its work, all right, by carefully analyzing the market before it enters the market using the strategy. And that's why the indicators made available in the martingale is quite powerful, that it does its work excellently. All right. So when you start to use it, you will definitely see how it works.
All right, Empire, we kind of concluding the meeting because it's past 10 p.m. already. So we can allow people to rest and prepare for tomorrow's class.
All right. Somebody said, saying that the first set of end traders group has been completed, does it mean that the members can no longer participate in end traders trading again? Now, when we say completed on the first batch, it means that these guys have already been set up for success and they are generating results and living their life. So the next batch, which is currently ongoing, is undergoing their training and they are pulling results for themselves. And all you need to do is to be part of the second batch, which is going on, which is ongoing, and anybody can participate in it as far as you have your CVIP3. All right. So from here, I think I will answer the last question and bring this meeting to a close. All right. I'm trying to get access to some questions. All right. Somebody said I have joined and I'm here to get access to the videos. Okay. These videos will be reposted immediately. Once I'm done with this training, it will be reposted and you have access to it and start to make money for yourself. All right. So, boss, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I said in the absence of other questions, I think you've tried. You have to allow people to go and rest and prepare for tomorrow's class. Just last to say that in case if anybody's message you, send a message to your DM claiming to be myself or any of the admins. We don't send message to you personally. We wait for you. We display our outlets where you can reach out to us at the link on Telegram and our numbers of the admins. You can reach out to them and they will attend to your questions. So those numbers are in the group. And for newbies, the links to register and every single thing you needed are all in the group chat. So go to the group and do what you're supposed to do. Go to the group The instructions and the videos that we guide you are all in the groups. The links are attached to them. You can actually use the links and get started. Please do not pay money to anybody. Anybody who asks you for money is scammer. Know that when you send money to anybody, the person is defrauding you. And lastly, meetings continues 9 p.m. every day. 9 p.m. By 9 p.m. every day, you come to learn. You come to gain knowledge. All right, so that is what we're going to be calling it off for tonight.
Thank you very much. And from here,